Good afternoon. My name is Marjorie Linton, and I am an ordained minister of religion, author, motivational speaker, and a spiritual advisor with over 20 years' experience. Welcome to my podcast, Healing Thoughts Today. Please join me now as I share workable views for healing and inspiration to empower you and to lift your vision higher. Today, our healing thought is the healing life of faith. And beloved friends, we cannot discount the relevance of faith. It is a topic which we live by. Amen. We live our lives in faith because we do not know what tomorrow brings. So, it behoves us to be conscious that our faith is placed in the right direction in order to manifest the right outcomes. The more we believe in the power of God, the more we will practice His presence. And the more we practice His presence, the more we will prosper. Romans 1 verse 17 says, "The just shall live by their faith." So, faith is a necessary ingredient to live our lives in a productive, happy, and prosperous way. Faith is a spiritual gift from God. It is inherent in all humankind, and it is compared to a grain of mustard seed. This means it takes just a small amount of faith to create wonders in our lives. Your demonstration, however, depends on the degree of faith that you have. Jesus often said to the people who went to him for healing, "According to your faith, it is done unto you." Amen. Faith can remove mountains of challenges. Faith can create wonders, and faith can accomplish all our goals when we function in tune with the might of God. The healing power of faith within us moves us directly to experience the underlying substance of the universe. Amen? Through faith, we enter more deeply into the spiritual realm and we experience spiritual fulfillment in all walks of life. Our faculty of faith is our mind's ability to perceive truth, and it should be thought of as a mental instrument. Faith believes the unseen. It is not seen and then believing. It was not until Thomas, the disciple, saw evidence on Jesus that he believed that the person with whom he spoke was indeed Jesus. Jesus then told him in John 20:29, "Because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed." You and I may not have first-hand evidence ourselves of Jesus, my friends, but our faith can take us right into the experience. Amen? So I encourage you to develop your faculty of faith, my friends. It is inherent. When you apply it, you can and you will transcend any human limitation. Amen. The power of faith will get you in when all else fails. Faith will open prison doors. It will cause the lame to walk, and it will cause the blind to see. It is important to place our attention on what we want rather than on what we do not want, as whatever we focus our attention on will become a reality in our lives. We have the power to think and say life-affirming words to create our healing experiences. But this must be backed up with faith. The words think and believe appear several times in the Bible, and it is evident that our experiences in life are undergirded by what we think and believe. It is evident that faith precedes all manner of healing. Jesus often tells the people who went to him for healing, he usually asks them, "Do you believe that I can do this?" After which he would say, "According to your faith, it is done unto you." So, beloved friends, it is by believing in the power of the Christ presence within which justifies the healing act. In the Bible, Jesus often admired people who displayed great faith. In the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, the woman with the issue of blood believed that all she needed to do to demonstrate her healing was to touch the hem of Jesus' garment. Jesus instantly felt her connection and said to her in Mark 5:34, "Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be free of thy plague." Amen. Also, there was the centurion in Matthew chapter 8, verse 8, who thought that he was not good enough to have Jesus in his home. "Lord," he said, "I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed." Amen. Jesus was impressed with the centurion's faith. "I have not found such great faith, no, not in Israel," Jesus said. If your faith is not strong enough, my friends, don't worry. There is hope. Jesus will lift you up. In Mark chapter 9, when the father of the epileptic boy went to Jesus for the healing of his son, Jesus told him, "If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth." Then the father of the boy cried out with tears in his eyes, "Lord, I believe. Help thou my unbelief." Jesus then took the boy by his hand and healed him. Amen. Beloved friends, if you truly believe that you will achieve your goal, you will. And you will be inspired into taking the necessary action to succeed. Faith is the key ingredient in demonstrating healing of mind, body, or affairs. The focus should always be on the realization of the presence of God within us, rather than on the healing demonstration in and of itself. In the book, The Story of Unity by James Dillett Freeman, Myrta Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, at the age of 40, demonstrated the power of faith, and she defied the doctor's diagnosis that she had a short time to live by using her faith in God to deny negativity, eradicating all thoughts of illness and disease. She believed that as a child of God, she did not inherit any sickness or disease. And with absolute trust in God, She demonstrated her faith by constantly affirming her wholeness and thanking God in advance for her healing. Soon, she was completely healed and continued to live a healthy life for another 40 years. Amen. Faith is the ability to draw good from the invisible realm to the visible manifestation. It is within everyone, but it requires action, both mental and physical. James 2 verse 17 says, even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being alone. Amen. We develop our faith, my friends, by exercising it, by working it, or by looking in the direction of our dreams. Act as if you have already received that which you asked for, and it will be done. If doubts get in the way, remember we can drive them away. Remember, we all have choices, and we can change the way we think anytime we choose. The lame man at the pool of Bethesda in John chapter 5 had reached the end of his rope, and he was ready to change his thinking and put his faith to the test after many years of doubting. Being invigorated with the presence of his Christ self, his faith increased after all these years, and he decided to take responsibility. So he took up his bed and he walked. Amen. The presence of the Christ is already within us, but it is not realized before we are ready to claim it and take action. When we take the first step, like Peter did, trying to walk on the water to Jesus, our indwelling Christ presence will come to our aid. Amen. So claim whatever you will, my friends, with affirmative prayer, and do not keep looking over your shoulder for the result. Just believe with all your heart that it will be done, and sit back and watch your good unfold. We have been gifted with divine power and authority to create good. No one can do the work for us. Jesus can only work in and through us as divine principle with our cooperation. Others may help to facilitate our healing by encouraging and speaking the word. But in the long run, each person has to take the journey by themselves. Unless one is willing to take responsibility by exercising faith, healing will be delayed. We are the master of our own boat, and when there are doubts, we only need to look within where Jesus, the I am, becomes the way. Jesus shows us the way through many instances while he was on earth. But ultimately, we must take responsibility and take action by trusting in our divine potential. We need to put our faith to the test, beloved friends, and God will see us through. Amen. And now, let us look at some points for contemplation. a spiritual gift from God. It is inherent in all humankind. When we function in tune with God, the healing power of faith moves us to experience the underlying substance of the universe. Through faith, we enter more deeply into the spiritual realm and we experience spiritual fulfillment in all walks of life. Our faculty of faith is our mind's idea to perceive truth. Faith is the key ingredient in healing. Faith is the ability to draw good from the invisible realm to the visible manifestation. Faith requires action, both mental and physical. When we take the first step, the Christ presence will come to our aid. Amen. And now, beloved friends, please join me for the call to action. Please say with me, today, Lord, I take your hand in faith, and I am firmly rooted in the knowledge that you are my source of everything I need. Faith is my foundation, O Lord. Nothing can rock my steadfast faith. If any situation seems to have any power over me, I return to you, O God, the one and only true source. I acknowledge my oneness with you, dear Lord, and know that you cannot be moved. Therefore, I cannot be moved. I demonstrate my faith in every thought, word, and action. My faith is solid. Therefore, nothing can knock me off center. I am strong. I am invincible. I am a child of God, and I claim my healing now. Amen. Beloved friends, it was with the joy of the Lord that I shared the healing thoughts today with you. I hope you have been blessed. Please join me again next week, Friday, at the same time for another healing thought today. God bless you. Please subscribe.